configuration of a totally stubby area is a place where we can make mistakes, but like the classic stub configuration, we have to be laser focused on what to do. And if we are, we will not ever make a mistake with this feature. Firstly, we do base this off of the classic stub command. And so we have to be mindful about managing the stub flag in the hello packets, and that stub flag, if mismatched, will break adjacencies. So this top command, area2 stub, we do this on all of the internal routers. All of the internal routers need at least this. Well, they need that. The area border routers are going to have an additional command tacked onto the syntax. This additional command is what will tell the router, hey, I need you to filter those type 3 LSAs in addition to filtering type 5. So this no summary command says no LSA type 3 because LSA type 3 is a summary LSA. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? So what we are going to be tested on and scrutinized on, whether we are in the real world or examination, is the ability to know how to configure this. And let's say you just do this command. You apply area stub no summary on all of the routers in the totally stubby area. It'll work. But you would not be well received. Your configuration would not be well received. Because we, in the world of Cisco, will test you to make sure you know that you should only do the stub command on the internal routers and the no summary on the ABRs. Okay? That's how to properly configure OSPF totally stubby. If you've got OSPF syntax down for the totally stubby area feature, where the internal routers get stub, the ABR gets no summary, you are ready to deploy this feature should you have the need. And let's do that. Now, area 567 is presently configured as a classic stub area. So if I do the show IP, let's do it on R7 actually. If I do show IP protocols, it will say that this is a stub area. If I look at my running config, it'll have the area stub command. So my question to you is, do I need to, if I want to make area 567, do I need to do anything on R7 to make it a totally stubby area? Is R7 satisfactory right now in its configuration? Does it have the sufficient configuration? Think about that one. I'm going to go to R5 and R6. And yeah, I didn't answer that question. Let's do area 567, stub. Then we aren't going to talk about the other flag here. But what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say no summary. So now we've got a very interesting issue that is happening. R5 is filtering inter area routes in addition to already filtering external. So right now R7 is still going to see inter area routes. And notice that neighborship didn't drop. But if I do a show IP route OSPF, I still have the inter area routes because R6 is not aware that it needs to be taking on the role of an ABR in a totally stubby area. It's still behaving as an ABR in a classic stub area. So we need to tell R6, hey, please filter those type 3 LSAs as well. So we'll do that. Had that in my clipboard. That's pasted it in. Okay. So now, what should we expect to see on R7 in terms of its routing table? I'll reissue this command. And I want you to see how powerful this is. It will still get some internal OSPF routes, so that 32, that's the LAN on R6. That's the LAN on R6. And the LAN on R5 must be plugged into, it must actually not be applied to or configured as this topology shows. And let's validate that. If I look at my running config, I want to make sure I know what's going on for fast Ethernet's 2/1. 567. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not seeing that one. I don't want to troubleshoot that right now. Oh, it's got the wrong third octet. So sometimes you can see some unusual things. Correct for those, right? So I'm just going to change that. I just had a typo there. No big deal. So I'll rerun that command, make sure things look good. So you now can see the power of the totally stubby area type, because just look at this area, and an internal router of the area is not going to get a lot of routes. Can I still get to other networks inside of my autonomous system? Absolutely. Absolutely. I can still get around, but I'm just using default routes a little more than usual.